We operate a overnight winter shelter for any adult in need, regardless of their level of intoxication. We consider ourselves the last resort next to freezing to death. What was happening for a number of years is that 1 or 2 people would freeze to death due to overconsumption of alcohol and inclement weather. And that may not seem like that many, but per capita, that's the equivalent of 20 in Juneau or 200 dying in Anchorage. So it was pretty significant for us, and it was very personal. These were people we knew. February of 2009, after another fellow froze to death, 2 local people just mobilized on a very cold night, and they said, we're not going to let anybody else freeze to death. And they went downtown and they said, anybody that needs a place to stay, come with us. And they opened up a local tribal hall and gave 7 people a warm place to sleep. The tribal hall didn't turn out to be the best place to do this, but a local church stepped up and said, you know, we're close to the downtown area and we've got space that we'd like to put up for this. We helped them with their utilities, and they've given us an ideal location.
We never know what's going to walk in that door. Never know. It's different every single night. There's about 5 or 6 of them are my former students. So I know them real well, know their families, and they've all been real good to me. And I've not had one. 5 years, I've not had one cuss me out. They've cussed everybody else out, but not me.
I just recently became homeless like a month and a half ago. But this community here is people who I hang out with were family. When I first came here, they were showing me the ropes, you know, and then a new person came and I was showing him the new ropes. You know, it's like this Nome area. We're really friendly, and we make sure we take care of our people.
What are you going to do, you know, when the shelter closes? We always worry when we have to shut down because we don't have the money to run.
I know. Probably just stay with my daughter and my mom.
Yeah.
You know, we have lots of cousins here in Nome. I mean, no one won't say no to you whatsoever.
Do you need to not be drinking to stay there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And when you're cold and hungry, I mean, people that I know of.
But you're from here, so that helps.
Yeah, it does.
We have a lot of people that aren't from here.
But you know what? Even though when they're from Savunga, you know, the island, they won't let you out. They'll let you come in. You know, they would ask, where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? Come follow me.
In the course of the winter, we will serve approximately 150 individuals. Now, some of those folks might only be for a night or 2. Some of those folks are every night we're open. 8:30 at night, the shelter manager and the monitors show up and they start pulling out mats and pillows and bedding, and our regular guests all have their own box with their personal stuff, and then we have a stack of sheets and blankets for any new guests. And roll out the table, pull out the food, and we're totally set up usually by 9 o'clock when the guests roll in.
Thank you.
And then we undo the whole thing in the morning. But the guests at that point contribute a lot. They put away their own bedding, their own mats, they vacuum, they scrub the floors in the bathroom, the kitchen.
When we close here, they sleep under houses, they sleep in cars.
I lost a few of my friends out in the cold because of alcohol. And they would just pass out in the cold or inside an abandoned vehicle. They would be under snowdrifts, but then you get lucky when you find an abandoned car, and sometimes there'd be some blankets or clothing in the vehicle.
the cost of living is so much higher here, and it makes new construction too expensive, so we have very limited housing stock. A small, barely furnished little efficiency, $1,300 a month, and it goes on up from there. We've also expanded into homeless prevention, sober housing, trying to fill all the gaps that are otherwise not filled by any other programs in Nome.
Yes, I am sober right now. I'm happy to be sober. I realized how my life was, how it was going due to my alcoholism, and I don't want to go back to that. Not only did I hurt myself, but I hurt a lot of my family members and my relatives and my friends.
We're keeping people alive, you know, and we're giving them another day to think about the choices that they're making. But we're keeping people alive.